it'll be interesting to see how they come in because Hatton weighs 140, but he admits he puts on usually about 14 pounds between the weigh-in and fight night.
Same age, the weight, at least at the weigh-in, was 2 pounds difference, but as Kurt alluded to, he'll have a big weight advantage here this evening, and the reach advantage, however, goes to Manny Pacquiao, who has unusually long arms for a short guy.
Manny Pacquiao, the pound-for-pound champion, the Pac-Man against Ricky, the Hitman Hatton, the junior welterweight championship of the world, and the title of best pound-for-pound fighter going. Live from Las Vegas, here we go.
Here we go, gentlemen. Both on their toes. There's a lot of fire. Hatton coming very fast. As Pacquiao, he seems intent in a lot of his pre-fight comments to show that he can also box tonight. But I think he's got to be the Ricky Hatton who punches forward and blasts away.
Well, that was a big blast from Manny Pacquiao with a right hook right to Ricky Hatton's forehead.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see how both these fighters come out. Trying to set the pace, Hatton talking about trying to be a different fighter. This is second fight under Floyd Mayweather Sr. and already a couple of shots to the body as he ties up Pacquiao and fights in close.
And he fought it for a couple times with that right hook coming in. I'll tell you who's going to be key in this fight is the referee. He's going to allow him to play his hands down, to work inside the midsection.
Pacquiao taking the shot to the body from Hatton, and this is turning into a brawl, which is exactly the kind of fight Ricky Hatton would want.
Well, he's going to try to not let Pacquiao have a moment to relax. Pacquiao could basically sit back and pick apart Oscar De La Hoya because Oscar wasn't punching back. Well, Ricky Hatton is going to punch back, and he is going to punch first tonight. So it'll be a different kettle of fish for Manny Pacquiao.
Rich, you're exactly right. And not only that, there's a lot of the head movement, there's a lot of the feet movement, and the speed of Pacquiao hurt.
He caught Hatton leaning in.
With a big right hook, which he's going to have success with tonight, if Hatton doesn't keep his hands up.
Hatton's trying to hang on right now.
Hatton cannot be too careless. Just check with Juan Manuel Marquez about what can happen in the first round against Manny Pacquiao.
Well, this will be an interesting fight because neither one of these guys, as Pacquiao lands another right hand, was really challenged in his last fight. Oh, sorry, it's a combination. Oh, that's down here in the first round. Manny Pacquiao comes out 2 minutes into the opening round, and he's already knocked down Hatton.
The right hook was finding a hole all the first round, and it ended up dropping the Hitman to hit the floor.
Some extra seconds there for Hatton to recover, but he's in deep trouble with about a half a minute to go.
And Ricky Hatton has struggled against southpaws previously and seems to be in a battle already as Pacquiao is just bringing it to him.
Freddie Roach predicted the third round. He said it as a joke to annoy Mayweather. He might have been a little too conservative.
And Hatton's in trouble again. Final 10 seconds of round one, and Hatton's down for the second time here in this opening round.
If he beats the count, he'll get the 60 seconds rest. And he needs it.
And will not be saved by the bell. Remember that.
Unbelievable first round by Manny Pacquiao.
What an impressive first round by Pacquiao.
These were clean, perfect shots landed by Pacquiao. Look at that. What an incredible shot. Oh, it doesn't get any better than that.
Ricky Hatton has never been knocked down at 140 pounds. He's been knocked down twice already in this opening round by Pacquiao. And we talked about his struggles against left-handers. You have to wonder, is he not able to see that right hook coming because of the weird angle?
Being at the gym and seeing Freddie work, they worked on that touch time and time again. And boy, did it pay off.
Hatton is still trying to shake out his legs. Look at him with his legs. He's still feeling the effects of that knockdown. Knockdown. What a spectacular first round. Hatton just went through the same thing Juan Manuel Marquez did.
Pacquiao out to prove to the world that his victory over Oscar De La Hoya, no fluke.
Hatton knocked Pacquiao off balance with that shot, but Hatton was still rocky.
You know what's amazing too, Rich, is that all the damage is going with the right hand. There was a time when Pacquiao couldn't even touch it with the right hand, and now he's knocking guys out, or down, I should say, with the right hand.
That's really come the last year or two. As he gets rocked that time by Hatton.
Well, with every succeeding year, he's become a more complete fighter. Now, let's not just completely write off Ricky Hatton yet, because remember the Marquez fight. After the spectacular first round of the Marquez fight, for Pacquiao, Marquez dominated the rest of the bout.
You brought up a very good point, Rich, because a lot of guys think he can't be that fast. He doesn't hit that hard until you're in there and you feel the power, and wow, it is a wake-up call.
And I know the great boxing announcer Jim Lampley has said many times about Ricky Hatton. Most fighters fight the full 3 minutes of every round like Hatton does. But Pacquiao, not changing at all, connected a couple left hands again.
Ricky Hatton's style seems to play in perfectly into the hands of Manny Pacquiao, the new Manny Pacquiao.
Now, Ricky, he needs to get through this second round and get himself together. He's got no rhythm at all right now. Anything he may have learned under Floyd Mayweather is completely out the window right now.
And that was what his trainer, Manny Pacquiao's trainer, Freddie Roach, said. You can talk about a new Ricky Hatton and the different style, but once he gets hit, he's going to revert to what he's always been, and take another left hand to the head.
And there's no defense for a chin. The chin is what it is, and when you're taking no shots at Manny Pacquiao,
well, Hatton got one in there.
But Pacquiao answers back.
But he's getting outscored 5-1, Hatton. The counterpunch.
And here it comes again, Pacquiao. The combination is doing damage on Hatton. And Ricky Hatton right now seems to be in survival mode as we get to the final 30 seconds of the second round. Needs to get to his corner just to catch his breath. The movement of Pacquiao keeping Hatton in trouble.
Manny Pacquiao never fails to surprise me with what he brings to the table. It's always a little better than I thought.
Down again. And Manny Pacquiao this time. That's it. Ricky Hatton is done. Knocked out in the second round by Manny Pacquiao. Is there any question that he is the best fighter in the world right now?
he just cemented his legend.
Not only is he the best fighter in the world,
He's the most playing fighter.
this is an all-time great. You understand that we're looking, as we look at Ricky Hatton here, but Manny Pacquiao is an all-time great.
You're exactly right. He's now surpassed that, Rich, and he's now cemented his legacy to call himself a legend, and, mind you, a legend in his prime.
Ricky Hatton totally out of it. We can only hope and pray that he's going to be all right.
And you can see the concern right now as they try and bring Hatton back, but taking care of him, and that was a big left-hand punch, and Pacquiao dominated this fight from start to a quick finish. 2 knockdowns in the first round and a knockout here midway through the second. What a night for Manny Pacquiao.
Freddie Roach was off by a round the good way.
Well, he said he would be disappointed if it went 3. He doesn't have to worry.
It didn't even go through. And it was just a perfect punch. Hatton dropped his right hand, and Pacquiao came right over the lowered left hand. Watch Hatton's left hand go down, and Pacquiao comes right over it.
Right on the button.
The knockout spot. One of the most spectacular, sensational knockouts. And of course, I thought it was Ricky Hatton. We don't want to go too nuts in our commentary here because Ricky, I don't believe, has gotten up yet. But it was there's no more you can ask of Manny Pacquiao.
Well, we didn't really get a chance to get into it. The fight ended so quickly, but the big thing about fighting Pacquiao that so many fighters talk about.
Round number 2, the winner by TKO victory. And now the new IBO and Ring Magazine light welterweight champion of the world, and still, pound for pound, the best in the world, Manny.
Moving to greatness.
Congratulations, my fellow wildcard stablemate. Did you think it would end in this fashion and so soon?
I mean, I didn't think that it's gonna be a short fight. I'm expecting Hatton is tough and hard puncher, but it is. He hit me hard in left hand, and I mean I'm just lucky to hit a right hook.
Manny, I had the pleasure of watching you train, and there it is as a replay, catching him with the right hook. And you and Freddie were practicing over and over with the right hook, but of course you ended it with your patented big left hook. What made you switch, and how did you set that up?
I mean, that's our strategy for this fight, and we studied out every day in the fight. I mean, we work hard for that style, and I think he surprised on my right hand.
In the first round, it looked like it was going to be a fight where he was going to be mauling you. He might be a lot of wrestling, and quickly you changed the pace of that. At any point, did you feel he was a little too strong at all?
I mean, yeah, he's strong. When he hit me to the body and wrist straight, I mean, but I'm focused to the fight and careful to not get hit.
Now, I want to bring in Freddie Roach. Of course, Freddie, you are on an unbelievable tear. Bob Arum over here telling me the best team ever, Pacquiao and Mr. Freddie Roach, and that is a heck of a statement from a guy who's been in the sport for a while. Freddie, you have to be a little surprised in which the fashion it ended.
No, not really. I predicted the third round. I saw too many flaws. I mean, every time he throws his punches, he cocks them back. The short right hook in the inside, he was a sucker for that. We worked on that right hand in camp, and now Manny Pacquiao has a better right hand than a left hand.
That is unbelievable. I know in the addition of Michael Moore, you guys made a great team, and I had the privilege and the honor of seeing you work on that right hand over and over, and you were so effective with it. Why do you think you were so effective with it in the first round?
Well, when the guy cocks it back like that and gives you that split second to get inside, and with Pacquiao's speed, it was easy.
Did you get concerned at all the way Hatton started out? Did you think at any point that it might turn into a bit of a wrestling match?
Well, you know what? I thought he would come out and try to box us first, so I was a little afraid of that. I was happy that he came out and tried to fight us, and that was to our advantage because that's what we worked on. We said from the second round on, he's going to come forward once he gets hit, but he did it right away. He fell right into our trap.
Thank you, Freddie. I want to ask Manny. Manny, you feel great. Obviously, it was a short night for you. You've made all the people who have traveled so many miles from afar to come see you. What would you like to do next?
I mean, I'm gonna going back home, take vacation, and then I'd like to thank everybody for coming here tonight, and especially to the Filipino people who always support me, and to all the people who came here tonight. Anybody around the world who support unboxing, thank you very much for all your support.
Thank you very much, Manny. Bob, can't leave without getting your take and without saying what a spectacular night it has been. Another wonderful promotion, and what is to come, my
thing. One, he's a lesson for everybody because athletes sometimes reach the top and they know everything and they don't learn anymore. This young man, as Freddie will attest, keeps learning and getting better. And that's what world-class athletes should do. Right, and not to forget God, of course. And let me tell you something. I really believe that when the full story is written, this man will be considered the greatest fighter that ever lived. And I make that's a wild thing to say. Not the greatest fighter of the era, the greatest fighter that ever lived.
That is a bold statement. Thank you very much. Manny, congratulations on a great fight.